morning, Vision. How are you this morning? Welcome to our Sunday celebration. I'm glad you're here. Get comfortable, get in your easy chair, get that second cup of coffee, and just relax. We are here to sing with you, to pray with you, to talk with you, and to absolutely provide spiritual inspiration that will carry you through not only the day, but the week. So, get comfortable. I'm glad you're here. We are going to just fill the room, this empty room, with prayer and song. So let's start where everything starts, and that is in prayer. We give great thanks for this day, for everything in it, for those who are sitting in this room, for those sitting in the room with you at home, for all beings everywhere, because we know all life is the life of God. We know that everything is the Spirit outpicturing of itself in form. We know the very universe in which this planet exists is the body of God. It is that natural and logical outpicturing of that energy source, that sentient energy that knows of itself and knows of itself in form. So we come together right here and right now to enjoy that, to enjoy life, to enjoy being and knowing Spirit as ourselves and as each other, knowing it is all God and it is all good. And so it is. Amen. So good to be here this morning. And I want you to know that we have practitioners who are standing by always to take your prayer requests. I know that we're after the celebration, we have our meet and greet room. Stay, hang around, come to our Zoom meet and greet room. You can get one-on-one prayer with a practitioner in a breakout room. We are always prepared to support you in prayer wherever you are. We have on our website, www.visioncsl.org, we have a practitioner page with practitioners and their telephone numbers. You can call for prayer. There is a prayer request form on the website. You can fill it out and get prayer emailed to you. You can call a practitioner and get prayer over the phone or have a prayer left on your voicemail so that you can listen to it over and over. We know that prayer changes things, and so we are here to support you in that change. So please take advantage of it. If you've come here this morning, if there is anything on your heart, you would like clarity, you would like peace surrounding it, make sure you get a hold of one of our licensed practitioners. These are people that have gone to school for years in the art of compassionate listening and the science of healing prayer. And we are here to serve you in prayer and to change lives. That's what we do. So do that. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that we have a greeting that we use, and I'm so looking forward to doing it in person soon. July 4th, we are having our grand reopening. You are going to be in this room. It's going to be so exciting to be able to see you in person. And we have that greeting that we say to each other, and we say to ourselves to remind ourselves, so let's say it right now. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Exactly right. Oh my gosh, and I'm so looking forward to saying it to you in person, to your face. It'll be wonderful. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this celebration over to our celebration singers, and they are going to prepare us for our meditation, our 5-minute meditation, by singing the centering song. So take it away, singers.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love, there is only love, love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Good morning, Vision. My name is Marcus Gilliland, and I am a practitioner here at Vision, licensed through the Centers for Spiritual Living to provide spiritual guidance and support. Please take these words into your heart as we move into the silence and allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of the 5-minute meditation. Ram Dass tells us, the thinking mind is what is busy. You have to be in your heart. Be in your heart. The rest is up here in your head where you are doing. And from Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, he says, declare everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Know this, see it, feel it, be it. There is indeed only love. The one grace, the one power, the one singular existence of God, expressing without limit, without boundary, without lines, is the power of the ocean. It is the majesty of the mountain, the grace of the planets in orbit, the galaxies spinning. It is our very own hearts, our breath, our minds, our lives, the very essence of life, the very essence of everything that exists. It is impossible for there to be a void of God. One power, one presence, one love, one grace, one eternal and almighty source of all things. And what a joy it is to know that that is exactly what I am right here, right now, in this moment. Everything that I am is only possible because of this one source, this one presence, this one love, this one grace. And as I know this for myself, I know this is true for all. Everyone hearing these words, everyone in this room, in this neighborhood, in this city, all around the world, all life everywhere is an expression of God, full and true and right. The very core of our being is the delight and joy of God. And so I know as the sun begins to reach its zenith during this time of year, that power and that presence and that symbol is vibrant and alive in each one of us. That old shell that is no longer needed has cracked and broken, and the nest is full of life, absolutely full of life, stretching with this teeming life growing into something new. And so I know the newness of abundance, the abundance of wealth circulating freely and lavishly around the world and between persons. I know the abundance of friendship kindled anew, relationships maintained and sustained. I know old connections coming back together, embracing, loving, and sharing. I know the power of God pouring forth on the land as health, as vibrant activity, as the electricity of life everywhere. Health of lungs, health of body, health of mind, health of relationships, health of interaction, health of organizations, health in business, knowing that the prosperity of God is immediate and unlimited. This is what I think. This is what I speak. This is what I know. This is what I am. And for this, I give great thanks that this is what is true right now in this very moment. There is no forcing by me. It is just simply the truth revealed. And because of this, I just get to let it go into the law, knowing that it expresses and it comes back to me a billionfold in ways that I could not imagine, but I know are good. And so I do. I just release, I let go, I let it be, and so it is.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jan Garrett.
Hello, Vision CSL. I'm JD Martin.
We're so glad we can come to you guys this morning. We're actually here at home in the mountains of Colorado, but we wish we could be with you in person.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon, and in the meantime, glad that you're enjoying the music. Thanks for keeping in touch. Hi, everybody. I'm Jan Garrett.
Hi, I'm JD Martin.
And we're going to sing a song for you called Easy. We wrote the song with Karen Drucker. Easy. There. Up all night, no sleep at all. Out of options, up against the wall. I give it a break and do as I please, following the feeling in the morning breeze. I know that it's easy watching the river flow. I'm talking about easy, easy. Let it go, let it go. I'm watching the river flow. The flowers bloom, the seasons unfold. You plant a tree, it knows how to grow. The sun will rise, the wind blows free. This old world is wiser than me. I know that it's easy, easy. Watching the river flow. I say that it's easy, easy. Let it go, let it go. I'm watching the river flow. I'm just watching the river flow. All this struggle is so insane. I've been trying too hard to ease my pain. The slightest shift could be the change. I come to my senses, I'm never too late. This life is a gift to celebrate. There's an open secret in the breeze at dawn. Love's been the answer all along. I know that it's easy, easy. I'm watching the river flow, talking about easy, easy. Let it go. Whoa. I said it's easy, it's easy. I'm watching the river, watching the river, 'cause it's easy, easy. Let it go, let it go. Watching the river, let it go, let it go. I'm watching the river flow. I'm just watching the river flow. That's right. Yeah. Easy. Thanks.
Easy. I like that. Let's all take it easy, right? Oh my gosh. We are in the month's theme called The Soul's Call. So it really is about slowing down, isn't it? About taking it easy, about really being receptive to what Spirit has in mind for us. And today's talk is too busy to be? That's the question we're going to ask ourselves. Are we too busy to be? Are we so busy doing that we don't recognize the value of being? Because really, that's where all the change comes from. We know everything starts in consciousness, right? And yet, how many times do we say, oh, well, that's just the way it is? Or, I was born this way, born poor, die poor. The whole idea that we can't change it, or it runs in my family, stuff like that. We are forever speaking our limitations. We look to the conditions to provide us truth about our lives when the conditions are the very thing that changes all the time, right? Truth doesn't change. Truth never changes. Conditions change all the time. Conditions are not truth. It's just that simple. They are manifestations of belief backed by feelings and emotions. And as we grow up, we make our own rules based on conditions, most of the time, based on conditions regarding our lives, experiences we've had, what we can and cannot do, what we're capable of, how we relate to others, how we relate to life. We make decisions all the time, regarding life and regarding others based on conditions, based on things we've experienced, Oh, she's that way and that's why we can never get along. Or, he's like that and that's why I love him. But all of these things are really conditional. They are not truth. We make up all sorts of decisions. And those decisions are based in condition. They're based on behaviors. They're based on temporary emotions. So, what if? What if? What if we go back to the basics? Ernest Holmes in the New Thought Dictionary said, in speaking, treat in the absolute. We mean dealing with the law back of material form, working in the higher plane of thought for control of conditions on the manifest side of life. Working in the absolute means attuning oneself to the invisible, contemplating the qualities which we believe to be part of God, such as love, harmony, peace, wisdom, strength, etc. And then seeing oneself partaking as being part of this infinite perfection. So instead of looking at the conditions all the time, to look to the absolute, to immerse ourselves in the absolute, to see life from that perspective. So if we go back to creating in consciousness and then allowing these new thoughts to manifest into our new conditions, instead of looking at the conditions and making rules based on the conditions. We know everything begins in consciousness. And the condition is the last link in the chain, isn't it? It's the last link in the chain of manifestation. That's where things show up in the end. If we want to change those conditions, we must first change the thinking that began, that started them, that produced the conditions to begin with. And we need a little willingness to believe. We just need that little willingness to know that spirit can change anything. Spirit can change anything. Spirit can change everything. I've been reading in the science journals lately that meditation can change your DNA, right? That's a remarkable thing to think about, because we normally think, well, the body is what the body is. We came with what we came with, and that's it, and we're stuck with it. But now they have found that mindfulness practice in patients revealed lengthened telomeres in the chromosomes. Briefly, telomeres are the ends of the chromosome. It's like the cap on the end of the chromosome, very much like the plastic tip on the end of your shoelace, right? And so a longer one means really healthier chromosomes because they prevent chromosomal deterioration. They're like the little safety cap at the end of the chromosome, right? So longer ones prevent that deterioration. That was changed by mindful meditation, those longer telomeres. So mind alters body. That's what we're saying. The placebo effect. We've known about that for a long, long time, right? Actual psychobiological benefit based on patients' expectations rather than the treatment itself. Mind alters body. Biofeedback, we've been doing that, I think, since the 60s, haven't we? Watching fish and doing all that stuff and checking, lowering our blood pressure and lowering our stress levels and lowering our, things, your heart rate, based on a mechanical feedback from a machine. So we know mind alters body. Consciousness outpictures as changed physical conditions. And I think sometimes it's easier for us to believe that doesn't work because we don't want to put the work into proving it, right? It's easier for us to say, no, that's just the way I came. It's easier to say it doesn't work or it runs in our family. or, we just have to cope with the body we were born into, rather than test and work and try and prove the principles that we can change it. It's easier just to say, no, that's just the way it is. But there's something in us that knows. There is something in us that knows that is truth when we hear it. There is that seed of perfection that is nestled within us that knows we are Spirit's own. We are Spirit's own. We are the highest self, Spirit revealing itself as us. And so there is that knowing within us. Our highest self knows Spirit intimately because it is. Our soul is Spirit's earthly experience growing in consciousness for us, with us, through us, as us. We are entirely Spirit proving itself to us all the time. And when we surrender to the infinite possibilities of Spirit, Spirit makes miracles. It makes those miracles, or what we consider to be miracles anyway. We call them miracles. A miracle is just a perfect alignment with the infinite possibility of Spirit, demonstrating as us. And really, isn't that the story of the prodigal son? Right? When the son finally comes to his senses, you all know that story, but when the son finally comes to his senses and turns to return home, and he hadn't even gotten close to the house, he's just kind of coming up over the ridge, doesn't the father cross the distance between them? He covers more than the son's part of the distance. He crosses the distance between them to hug his son and to welcome his son home, right? As soon as we turn, the Father is there, the Spirit is there, whatever you want to call it, Mother, Father, God, whatever, right? Principle, I call it principle, is already there, already waiting for us to awaken to the truth of who we are. So that son doesn't even get close to the home, and the father runs from the house, crosses the distance. We just have to change our minds. And Spirit already covers the distance to greet us and to meet us and to take us in its arms. And, the older son was standing there by the house. You know what he was doing, right? He was kind of upset. He was holding the sign that said, all sons matter. Yeah. But that was his problem. That's a whole nother story. But the point is, the Father, or Spirit, makes up the distance between when we decide to repent, turn, right? Repent just means to turn, to change direction, to turn toward truth, and we are united with truth, just like that. And all it takes is that little willingness. That little willingness, and Spirit does the rest. So it is in our best interest to believe, to prove the principles. Just prove them. Prove that they work. And the way we prove that they work is by more being and less doing, right? I'm facilitating the Debbie Ford book right now, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, and it discusses at length how we have a tendency to get so busy doing stuff that we don't have time, right, to look beneath the surface and really address the false beliefs that keep us locked into the cycles of our lives. No matter how many times we change jobs, we wind up having the same kind of boss, right? No matter how many people we date, we tend to have the same experience with that person over and over and over. We tend to experience the same kinds of frustrations over and over and over. Debbie Ford said we have to look into the shadow. We must look into the shadow if we're going to integrate and heal that within us that keeps us on these treadmills of the same old, over and over again. As Ernest Holmes would say, right, he would always say, repeating the past with monotonous regularity. I love that expression he used, right? So we must go into the shadow to discover what those false beliefs are that are backed by our fear, our emotion, our feelings, that keep us hooked in. And the way to do that is by less doing, more being. You know, Carolyn Mace, in her book, Entering the Castle, says very much the same thing. We must enter those rooms we have closed off to ourselves, sometimes closed off so much that we don't even know that they exist. We don't even know that room is even there. We must go back and enter the castle, and to go into these rooms, go down to the basement, shine the light of truth on these disowned parts of ourselves, these disowned beliefs, in order to heal and to integrate. And that work is done in our beingness. It's not done in the doingness. It's not a list of things to be done in the outside world of conditions, but it's the work we do in prayer. It is the work we do in meditation. It's the work that we do in mind and in the silence. You know, I'm reading this new book. That's all I've been doing, you know, since the pandemic started, is just I sit and read because, you know, we've been sheltering at home all this time. So I'm reading Gary, what's his name? Oh gosh, hang on a second, let me get it. Gary John Bishop. I'm reading his new book. And I can't say the title of it because it can, well, okay, the title is Wise as F Word. Okay, that's the name of the book. And it's amazing. It's Wise as F, simple truths to guide you through the storms of life. Wow. Anyway, his first book was F Yourself, which I read that one also, and it's just great. The guy is just, you know, mouth like a truck driver, but it's a great book. It's great information. Anyway, when it comes to doing versus being, here's what he says. This is why your quote-unquote 5 steps to success strategies just fall apart at some point, because you are never at the source of them. Everyone wants a simple answer. Everyone wants to be told how to do success or dieting or love, because at some level they just don't want to think beyond the limits of their own confusion or apathy or the story that they have created about themselves. And really, isn't that true? It's like too much like work. Just give me the answer. You know, we're a whole entire, you know, country full of people that's just give me a pill, right? I'm not going to change my diet. I'm not going to change my exercise. I'm not going to change what I do. Just give me a pill to help me, you know, be normal again or help me be healthy again. We want an easy fix. We want a simple answer. We want it to be done for us. So we gravitate toward those things. We are so busy looking for an answer, for an easy fix, for a simple solution, instead of working in consciousness to prove the principles to ourselves, which is the only place the work can be done. He says this, he says, you have the life that you're willing to put up with. Is that nice? Is that reassuring, or does that make you go, ugh? You have the life you're willing to put up with. What I know is you're better than that. You're better than that. You are Spirit's own. You are the beloved of the beloved. You deserve the life of your dreams. Breathe that in. Say that. Say that. I am the beloved of the beloved. Go ahead, say it out loud. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter who's listening in. I deserve the life of my dreams. You deserve a life that thrills you, that delights you, that sparks your creativity and your passion and your enthusiasm. And you get there not by all the struggle and all the strain and all the doing, not by using the 5 steps to success or the 7 ways the pros do it or the 30 days to firmer abs. I mean, all of that is good, and I'm not criticizing any of that. I'm just saying we have to spend time in the silence before the doing. Before the doing, no matter what the doing is. I have a dear friend and colleague, Reverend Linda Finley, and she said this, Until you change your consciousness, it doesn't matter what you do, because nothing you do will work or have lasting effects. Once you change your consciousness, it doesn't matter what you do, because anything you do will work. And she's so right. We cannot be too busy to be. We cannot be too busy to be. Our experience will continue to outpicture with monotonous regularity, like Dr. Holmes said. If we do not go back into first cause, if we do not go back into consciousness and change there, we have to put in the time. We have to sit in the silence. We have to go to prayer. We have to court the presence, meditation, and we must change our consciousness before we can change the condition. Ernest Holmes in Creative Living said this: in this act of transforming the energy into power for specific action, we are uniting an invisible essence with an invisible law, which is the way the universe operates. If we identify ourselves with the source and perform the act, we may know that our word establishes eternal harmony, transforms everything, rearranges everything to our benefit. It is an act of complete surrender of the human to the divine without the loss of the human. It is an act of complete inflowing of the divine into the human without the limitation of the human. That's our job. That's what we're doing. That is our process, is that complete surrender to the divine. That's done in the silence. It's done in the beingness. It is not done in the doingness. It's not running around, stamping out fires and trying to make things happen. Ernest Holmes said, we don't make things happen, we make them welcome. We make them welcome. So this is your assignment this week: more being, less doing. I remember Mother Teresa once said she had so much on her plate, she had so much to do that day that she said, I'm going to have to meditate twice as long. I want you to do that. That's what we need to do. Spend more time in the silence, spend more time in the beingness, and then nothing can stop you in the doing of it. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jan Garrett. We've got a really fun little tune for you today.
I'm J.D. Martin. The tune is Open the Door. Against the wall, open the door. You're trying not to fall, open the door. There's a wonderful world, wondering where you've been. Quit knocking, and walk on in. You can have it all, open the door. Wondering what to do, open the door. Sometimes it feels like you don't have a clue, open the door. It's a beautiful life, but you gotta begin. Quit ringing the bell and just walk on in. This time it's up to you, turn the key. Don't need no ticket, you can get in free. If it feels like home and you're ready for more, take it easy, baby. Open the door. Yeah.
Open the door.
Open the door. The party's going strong. Open the door. It's been here all along. Open the door. All your new best friends are waiting for you. Why don't you open the door and just walk on through? You're right where you belong. Open the door. You can lift the latch, turn the key. Don't need no ticket, you can get in free. If it feels like home and you're ready for more, take it easy, baby. Open the door.
Open the door.
Yeah, yeah. You're up against the wall. Open the door. You're trying not to fall. Open the door. There's a wonderful world, wondering where you've been. Quit knocking, 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 and walk on in. You can have it all.
Open the door.
Feel like you're 10 feet tall.
Open the door.
Yeah, we can have a ball. Open the door.
Open the door.
Yeah.
Quit knocking, knocking, knocking.
Open the door. That's
Open the
it.
door. You know. Thanks.
Thank you.
And thank you, JD and Jan, for that beautiful music. It's always perfect, right? It is always perfect for whatever the theme or the talk title is. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in person next time. Won't that be grand? When all of this pandemic is behind us. I love that thought. Now is time for our conscious circulation. This is our opportunity to give back to those people, places, and things that nourish us spiritually. And if vision is that, we welcome your contribution. It allows us to do what we do here every week, every day, every month, every year. And it's been a trying year, hasn't it? It's really been amazing, the support we have been given over this year of not being able to see each other in person, but the support is still there. So thank you. It is all because of you and your support that we are still here doing what we're doing over this time of separation. So thank you for that. If you are giving today, if you give automatically, just bring it to mind. Just know that your contribution makes all the difference. So let us go to prayer and know the abundance of God. Know that we stand in the river of God's abundance, open-hearted and open-handed, that we are forever being given. We are being gifted. Spirit is forever supporting its creation, and we are that. And we know we cannot outgive God as much and as generously as we give. We know Spirit forever returns, pressed down and flowing over. We know that we are always in that cycle of eternal return and being gifted too as we gift. As we accept gratefully, we give graciously, and we remain in the cycle of eternal return, knowing that God is forever good, and we are an outpicturing of that same energy, therefore we are. I give great thanks for the support in the form of contributions. I know that vision is an idea in the mind of God, and therefore it is all good as well. Giving great thanks, I let it be. And so it is. Amen.
I'm grateful, so thankful
And now it is time for the Miracle Minute, and I have Miracle Minutes to report to you. This is so wonderful. You know, again, when we talk about miracles, we just know that it is just perfect alignment with Spirit flowing through the condition, just absolutely changing them and revealing the best way that the condition can show up in our lives. And this one comes from Joan. Thank you for sending it to me, Joan, that she needed to rehome her dog Seymour because it was just getting harder and harder for her to deal with everything that is needed for his care. And he's an older dog. He was a mature dog, 13. And it's, you know, not always easy to adopt an elderly dog. But she put the prayer request in. Our practitioners were praying on it. She had been praying on it. And she had him in a kennel for a while, and she was bringing him home to be adopted out. And she picked him up on Saturday at 10:30 and told them that she needed to rehome him, and they said that they would ask around. Well, by 3:30 that same day, she got a call that the owners of the kennel, one of the owners, knew him and had already bonded with him because he had been staying there for a while, and they wanted to adopt him. So she took him there that Friday. He's got a new home. And she added this, a follow-up, which I was grateful to hear. She said she had checked in with him. He's very happy in his new home. And he has a brother to play with. He has a brother dog there. So wonderful demonstration of answered prayer. It's always better than we can possibly imagine it being. Thank you for sharing, Joan. I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you. And for Seymour. He's got a brother to play with. It's lovely. We have another Miracle Minute. This is, again, from Robin, who had, if you remember, had given her Miracle Minute last week about the computer magically turning on and getting our vision celebration. I just loved that. I thought that was so funny. So she wanted to tune in to hear her Miracle Minute being announced last Sunday, and she said she messed it up. She couldn't get the computer to work, and then all of a sudden it worked. It's one of those, where is my Miracle Minute? Where is my Miracle Minute? And the computer just moved around. She said she moved the mouse around, and all of a sudden, vision was there again on her computer. So yes, and here's what she said. I love this. She said she's not very, tech experience, and I can really, sympathize with her there. I'm not really very much techie either. And she said, I'd rather talk to God all day than be tech savvy. Robin, I absolutely agree with you, and I support your intention with love. Thank you for sharing that update. And from Joel, he said he went to the eye doctor and he got a glowing report. No irregularities, his eyesight is doing great, and he did prayer before the appointment to kind of relieve his anxiety, and he said, prayer works, prayer works. He got a fabulous report from the eye doctor, all is well. I love getting these reports from you, from out there. It's just wonderful. It is just wonderful. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Keep up prayer and meditation. Keep your spiritual practice healthy, and report those Miracle Minutes back to us so we can share them with the community. Thank you so much. And now you know what time it is. It is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
I'm here.
There you are.
Hello, Reverend Patti. Well, isn't that nice? Did you hear that in the background? Do it again.
Here's Johnny.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it was in harmony, too. That was beautiful. Hello, everybody. Visions meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us. We have a link on the website, also on Facebook. Join us. Say hello. There's practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. Love to see you. Coffee Connection, Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning, led by Reverend Lori Sheets. Love to see you there as well. They do about a little half hour of getting together, a little prayer, and just saying hi, so join that group. Uplifts are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 o'clock Pacific time, led by Reverend Patti Paris and our ministers here at Vision. Love to see you with that. Links are all available on the website, also in our e-newsletter. Reverend Patti is going to be starting up a class in July, and it's Living Emma's Lessons. What do you call Emma? What did you call it, an Emma what?
We're going to become the Emma Nation.
We're going to become the Emma Nation. Ooh. She better, yeah. She's giving a coin that one. So anyway, so she's going to be starting a class in July. We'll have a link up on the website this week, so you can sign up for that. Going to be a fantastic class. So we introduced last week the matching fundraiser. Each year at the end of the year, we do a little fundraiser to make sure that we're in the black for the year. Our fiscal year ends at the end of June, and we'd like your help in this. We've got someone who's donating up to $5,000. So if you're willing to give to that, we can get that match. It'll be $10,000 that will go into the operations of Vision. We appreciate all your gifts. Those who have already given, and thank you, and for those who are going to be giving here in the future. Next week, we have Mr. Peter Boland's going to be with us. Peter Boland's going to be back. We haven't seen him for a year and a half, right? And his talk title is Through a Glass Darkly. And we have Joe Rathburn for Father's Day. Of course, it's Father's Day, and we always have Joe available for Father's Day. So next week is the first week we are going to have a hybrid service here. So we're allowing 30 people into our sanctuary. If you want to be a part of that 30, because live will be Peter Boland and live will be Joe Rathburn. If you want to be a part of that, go to our website. There's a link there. You can go either our calendar of the event. It's on the 20th. Just go to the page. Go to the very bottom. Sign up. You can be a part of it, or you can find it on the e-newsletter I sent you yesterday. If you don't get our e-newsletter, please let me know at info@visioncsl.com. I'll start getting you signed up for that so you can be a part of that. We are doing this hybrid service for the 20th and the 27th. So there's only going to be 30 people let in the room on those 2 dates. After 30, we're not going to let anybody else. So please sign up so you can be a part of that. And then on the 4th of July, we are going to be right here in this room, right here celebrating Independence Day and our independence from this damn COVID. That's all I got to say. So I want you to put it on your calendar. Plan on being here. If you're in town, you better be right here at Vision. We are going to celebrate. We got Andy Anderson, Rhea Carey, the band, Reverend Patti. The whole gang is back together. This is a better reunion than Friends. Let me just say that. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Love you.
Just a little excited. We're just a little excited at the prospect of having you back. Oh my gosh, it's been so long, and we're really looking forward to it. So now you know what to do. Now it's time to stand up. We're going to say our affirmations together. We're going to ground in the truth of them. We're just going to allow that energy to flow with us and through us, knowing that these statements of truth and power and peace and love are the truth of us. So let's say these together. However busy I may be, I always find time for gratitude. Oh, I love that. Second one, my life is an expression of soulful artistry. I know I am aligned with spirit because I feel the peace. Okay, which one? Which one are we going to do? Yeah, I like, three? What two? You know what? I'm getting input all over the place. Let's do that, all three of them again, okay? Let's just do them again, and we'll just feel the power and the infinite potential of them. However busy I may be, I always find time for gratitude. My life is an expression of soulful artistry. I know I am aligned with spirit because I can feel the peace. That is so lovely. Let us go within and feel that peace as we know that we move from the head to the heart. We know right there we are sitting at the heart of God. We are looking out at the world and seeing the world as God sees it. We know it is all love. It is all joy and peace. We know it is the power of being. We know that as we align with spirit, we make miracles. We make miracles happen in the conditions around us because we align perfectly with spirit and allow it to flow through us and change the conditions accordingly. I give great thanks for this day. I know it is all God. I know it is all good. I just absolutely go about my day in that sense of peace of God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. See you next time. I'm looking forward to some people here in the sanctuary, 30 of you anyway. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.